Hey, what up, guys? Happy Thursday. There's no one in here, so I really don't have to wear this, but I just want to let you know I'm doing my best, Anyway, things are actually looking up, depending on kind of what you hear. Things are sounding a little bit better, maybe. It feels really good to be in this gym, unfortunately with nobody else, but hopefully you'll be back here soon. It's awesome to bring today's discussion to you from the whiteboard inside the box today. So let's talk about Thursday, April 9th. First of all, how is April Madness going? I wanted to check in. How are you doing? Are you communicating with your team? Are you working out? Are you attending Zoom workouts? Do you feel out of the loop? If you do, let us know. Let the coaches know. We're here to help you out. You should be hearing almost too much communication from us, to the point that maybe we're overwhelming you. We want that. We want you to be engaged. So get engaged if you're not. A lot of you are doing a great job with that. With that being said, the King of the Hill workout. I know as of when I checked this morning, we've had 10 people to do that. We threw a little wrinkle at you this week with that on top of that 400-meter lunge, what we did yesterday. So your hammies and legs are destroyed from yesterday after what you did. And if you still have to do your King of the Hill workout because you were one of the 5 elected for your team, sorry, we're not sorry. But with that being said, be smart about how you attack that. You have until Sunday afternoon to log that workout. Remember, that workout is in the track on Monday, so go back to Monday and put it in there. Again, I've seen, I think, 10 people do it. 3 of them from quarantine, of course, keep killing it. Want to let you know that we are winning right now. So where you at, other teams? Let's go. Let's talk a little bit about today. Dumbbell DT, okay? Dumbbell DT, after Staff Sergeant DT, also known as Timothy P. Davis. He was unfortunately killed at the young age of 28 on February 20th, 2009. So when you're working hard today, this is in memory of Staff Sergeant Timothy Davis. Wanted to be really forward with that and what these hero WODs are all about. A little bit of a caveat though today, obviously it's dumbbell, whereas this is usually performed with a barbell. The barbell weight on this workout is 155 or 105. It's heavy. It's something that doesn't go unbroken. It's something that strategy comes into place on here. So with dumbbells today and with our current situation, I want you to take that into consideration. I know you're limited by what you have, but it shouldn't be a breeze and it shouldn't be something you're holding on to all the way. So if you're on the cusp of, should I go a little heavier, or what, I have a 15-pound dumbbell and a 25-pound dumbbell, the coach tomorrow will help you adjust accordingly, okay? So be smart with your scaling, but again, it is intended to be heavy. It's not something you blast through. All right, so with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and break down these movements. Again, this is for time, 5 total rounds. Let's go ahead and break down these movements. All right, so with our dumbbells, as we discussed, this is written as Dumbbell DT, DBDT. Again, ideally to be using 2 dumbbells. If you do have the 2 dumbbells, it starts with 12 dumbbell deadlifts. With that deadlift, our feet are right underneath our hips, okay? We're gonna hold on to these dumbbells kind of like hammers, and we're gonna make sure that the dumbbell front head touches the floor. So what that looks like is this. I'm gonna stabilize my core. I'm gonna keep a nice flat back. I'm gonna tap the floor. Okay, from the side, that looks like this. For 12 total reps, making sure I stand all the way up, open my hips all the way up. For the dumbbell hang power clean, there are 9 reps of these. Starting from the hang or from the side, I'm gonna make sure I hip hinge as well, bend my knees, and then jump and shrug, getting my elbows high as I finish. Looks like this. From the side. Notice a little bit of a swing, a little bit of a momentum that we use with the dumbbell. That is totally fine. Just make sure you don't get that thing way away from the body. Just a little bit of a swing and a shrug will help there. It doesn't have to be a strict here. You can use the momentum of the dumbbells if you would like. Okay, the last movement here in these three movements is the dumbbell push jerk. So after that set of 9, you're gonna ideally land in that front rack position. Elbows are still slightly in front, feet are underneath those hips, and then we're gonna do 6 push jerks with the dumbbell. So it looks like this. Making sure I open my hip when I jump. And then driving underneath like someone pulled that rug out from underneath you, finishing in locked out position and standing all the way up before you go on to that second rep. Good strategy here, as would be employed with a barbell in barbell DT, is if you're gonna break your hang power cleans, make sure you break them so that you have energy to go from the final couple to your rack position so you can go straight into push jerks. It would suck to have to put the dumbbells or the barbell down after you finish the 9 there because you have 6 push jerks. Those should probably go unbroken every round. Okay, let's move on to another object that you might have. Maybe it's a kettlebell today, maybe it's an odd object, slam ball, or a barbell. I'm gonna go through it really quick with the barbell. You guys should know how this looks, but let's repeat a couple of things. It should look pretty much the same. We have the barbell here, again with the deadlift. Think about that hip hinge, okay? Touch the floor, good neutral neck. Okay, from there, that hang power clean, hip hinge, okay? Again, finishing on the shoulder, push jerks. 12, 9, 6, 5 total rounds. That odd object, that might look like your backpack, that might look like a slam ball, that might look like a one wheel, Greg Delaney, anything. You're gonna be holding on to that. I'll demo it with a slam ball. Looks like this. You're gonna hold it here, again with that deadlift, thinking about that hip hinge, touch it, good flat back, okay? When we go on to the hang power clean, thinking about that dip, okay? Getting underneath this thing and standing all the way up. Kind of like you would a med ball clean, okay? But we're not having to go all the way from the floor, okay? Nor are we having to squat all the way either. So from the hang, catch this thing, stand it all the way up, all right? Then you're in that front rack position for a push jerk, and we're here, okay? Just like that with the odd object. Okay, finally, if you're left with only having a kettlebell or maybe a single dumbbell, single heavy dumbbell, you will be performing a unilateral movement for the clean, but the deadlift will actually look a little bit differently as well. So if you have a single kettlebell or a single dumbbell, this is what your movements are gonna look like, okay? With that deadlift, and again, let's say a kettlebell, what you're gonna do is you're just gonna put it in between. You're gonna get that good narrow stance here as well. Again, same concept, just with the kettlebell, okay? Tapping it down every time. Where it becomes a little sticky is with the hang power clean with a single dumbbell or a single kettlebell. This is what it looks like, especially with the kettlebell. Remember, it's like a kettlebell swing motion, getting a high elbow and a quick turnover so that you don't slam your wrist. What that's gonna look like is this, okay? Again, splitting those reps the best way you can. Elbows nice and high. Same thing with the dumbbell. We demoed it with 2, but in this case, you'll just do 1, okay, but then switch it. Remember, you have an odd number in the middle there for the cleans. So if you go 5 and 4, 5 on your right, 4 on your left, the next round through, just go 5 and 4 the other way. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the warm-up. To get nice and warm today, you're gonna go ahead and go through 20 plate jumps or object hops, any way you wanna look at it, or you're just gonna do some lateral hops. Whatever it is, 20 hops, okay? Onto a certain object. Maybe it's a box, that's a little more than what we need. 20 hops there. Then 10 plank build-ups, okay? Starting nice and high. Elbows to palms, that's 1. You can go through 10 of those. Next, 20 hamstring march. That posterior chain's still pretty lit up from all week. 2, 3, 4, all the way to 20 there. Finishing with 10 good morning squats. So what that looks like here, send those hips back, soft knees not totally locked out. Once you hit that maximum point of tension, then your knees drive out for a squat. You're gonna go through that 2 times as your warm-up, and your coach is also gonna take you through the Bergner warm-up to get you ready for the clean, and then break down the other 2 movements. Go hard, guys. Good time domain today, 11-ish minutes. It's lighter, so it's hard to guess as to what effect that's gonna have on it. Obviously, it's gonna be faster than regular barbell DT. Think about DT when you're doing this one. Happy Thursday, guys.